Good evening and welcome to yet another awesome session of Mindful Living. I truly appreciate your taking out time and joining us this Saturday evening. I promise you that I will do my best to make this investment of 90 minutes worth your while. Please type P in the chat if I have your permission to begin by asking you a few questions. Thank you, Richard. Have you or someone you know felt the challenge of decreasing productivity because of the distraction we have? Research shows that 80% of the employees report being distracted at the workplace. Another challenge we face these days is overthinking and racing thoughts. Please type me if this applies to you. So one of the senior corporate professionals I was coaching, he shared with me that Ashish, even when I go to sleep, my body sleeps, but my mind is constantly working through the night, and as a result of that, when I get up in the morning, I don't feel fresh. So overthinking, racing thoughts, difficulty in taking decisions. One of the CXOs I was speaking to, he mentioned that Ashish, I have to take a decision to invest 1,000 crores. I have all the facts with me, but I don't know which way to go. Type me if you resonate with this, having lack of clarity, not being able to decide which way to go. Another challenge we commonly face these days is emotional dysregulation. Not being able to control our anger, addictions, and that impacts performance, communication amongst teams at workplace, stress and burnout. This is so rampant today. We don't even realize that we are stressed out, and research shows that corporate leaders, they keep working through stress without recognizing that they are stressed out, and as a result of that there is a burnout and sometimes even fatal incidents. Lack of innovation, because when we are stressed, we're not able to think, and we're not able to think clearly, and poor work-life balance. So if you resonate with any of these, please type me once again. And also, if there is something that we have not mentioned but you think is a challenge these days, please unmute yourself and share. Archana, Ashish, Rashmi, any challenge you think you or someone you know faces, but we haven't mentioned that. I'll request you to keep your cameras on. Thank you, Archana. This is good. And the way to deal with the challenge is, drinking, binge watching, binge eating junk food, or simply popping a pill. This is how many people deal with the stress that we have in our life. But there is a healthier way to deal with stress, and that is mindfulness. And that is the topic of our first session today: how mindfulness is like a Swiss knife which can help us deal with the multiple challenges we face in our life. Swiss Army knife is a versatile tool. Soldiers carry it into the battlefield to cut open the rope, to cut the ropes, to cut open their food cans, to tighten the screws in their guns for many purposes. Similarly, mindfulness is a versatile tool which you can use in your personal lives and professional lives to address any challenge that we are facing. Before we begin, I would like to ask you a question, whether you would like to choose option A or option B. Option A is attend this session as if it's a movie. You can lean back, keep your cameras off, get some popcorn, and enjoy the show, or participate actively. Keep your camera on, participate actively so that we can get the maximum out of this session. Uh, so whether it is option A for you, which is like attending this like a movie, multitasking, or option B, please type in the chat. And obviously, the what you will be able to get out of the session will be far more if you choose option B. American Psychological Association shares that multitasking actually reduces productivity. So thank you for typing in and getting your cameras on. One thing before we begin, there would be things that I will share in this session which you may agree with, and some things you may disagree with. But I will request you to keep the attitude of a golden miner in mind. When a gold miner goes digging for gold, he is very focused on getting that golden nugget which can change his life. And when he goes digging, there is dirt that comes his way, there is stones that come his way, but he's focused and he keeps digging. So today, irrespective of what comes your way, stay focused till you get your golden nugget, and I'm 100% sure that you will get your golden nuggets. And in fact, I will request you to share with us what your golden nugget has been towards the end of the session. Please briefly introduce yourself, your name. You can unmute and share, or type in the chat your name, city you are logging in from, what is your brief professional experience, and what is your expectation from the session today. Setting an intention really helps us get very good outcomes from the session. Okay, Ashish. Which city you are logging in from, and what is your expectation from the session. That will help me curate the content and ensure we get good outcomes from the session. You can unmute, you can raise your hand and mute yourself.
Well, I'll kick off in anticipation of the rest. Yeah, I'm sorry for not pulling up my hand, but I'm Richard. I'm from the Netherlands. It's not Germany. I'm from the Netherlands, Amsterdam. I'm chairing the AI and Cardiology Working Group. I'm doing a PhD on prognostic artificial intelligence, for which I've been racing last month, and it's been going fantastic. So I've had the honor of what I'm trying to get out of this session is first to see Professor Ashish again, because it's been ages. And second of all, learn from the collaborative ecosystem. Personal thing, well, learned that my cognitive capacity to go full throttle again, and Ashish knows I've had my fair share of ups and downs, as we all do. How to balance a multi-country stakeholder alignment on various ecosystems and whatnot. How to balance key performance stakeholders. Not to fill in gaps and stop the racing mind. And I can, yeah. So that's it.
Thank you, Richard.
I can go for ages, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else would like to share? Yes.
I'm Dr. Archana Mauchi. I have logged in from Nawapur, Nandurbar. And the basic intention behind attending this lecture is to introspect myself and my professional journey once again through Sir's lens, and to learn key insights like what are the shortcomings in my ideology or my way of working. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Archana. Really appreciate your joining the session today. Moving forward, our mind is the most important resource that we have got. When I was doing my MBA, they taught me about financial management, marketing management, operations management, IT management, but they didn't teach mind management. In fact, not only in MBA, but in any of the courses during college or post graduation, they don't teach us about mind management. And come to think of it, everything that we achieve in our life is through use of our mind. Even if we look at humanity, everything that we have created in the world is through use of our mind. Me delivering this session, you listening to the session is all possible by use of our mind. However, we are never taught how to manage our mind, and as a result of this, we have a very powerful, it's like having a Ferrari but at your command, but not knowing how to drive. Then accidents happen because it's such a powerful machinery. So mind is such a powerful tool at our disposal, but something which we haven't learned or we don't know how to manage. So mindfulness is about managing our mind, and that is what we are going to explore in our session today. Our session today is a high level overview of a workshop that we are launching in the coming week, which is a 6-week workshop with 6 sessions. Today we will talk briefly because it's not possible to cover everything in detail, but in the workshop we will be diving deep into each of the components of mindfulness. Mindfulness has its roots in the Vipassana meditation, which was taught by Gautam Buddha about 2500 years ago. And after that it got lost in India, and it was brought back to India by Sri Satyanarayan Goenka, the gentleman on the top right, and I had the privilege of learning from him directly. He is considered to be one of the foremost mindfulness meditation teachers in the whole world, and I got certified as a teacher from Sean, who lives in California, who's an ex-Buddhist monk and lives in California. Vipassana basically means the ability to look at things as they are. This statement sounds simple, but we don't look at things as they are. We look at things as we are. And here I would like to share this story of Indian elephant and 6 blind men who are experiencing the elephant in their own way. Some say it's a tree, some say it's a snake, somebody says it's a spear, because we have a limited perception, but the reality is different, and the reality is much bigger than what we are perceiving it to be. So when we start practicing mindfulness, we step back and look at the reality as it is rather than how we are perceiving it to be. Over the last 50 years, mindfulness has become extremely popular. It's being taught in Harvard Business School and many other schools across the world. It's been practiced. Google has been running a mindfulness program for over 20 years now, with over 50,000 engineers having gone through the mindfulness program. It's been covered on the Times magazine. Leading business leaders like Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, Ray Dalio, and many others practice it regularly. Ray Dalio manages one of the largest hedge funds, and you can Google his videos on how mindfulness helps him remain calm and take better decisions. My favorite one is Mark Bertolini, who was the CEO of Aetna. Aetna is a Fortune 50 company. He himself got introduced to mindfulness due to a massive, very bad skiing accident he had, where his spine was fractured in multiple places. As a result of that, he was put on opioids to deal with the pain that he was having. And the opioids are very depressive. There was a point in his life when he wanted to commit suicide. All of this that I am sharing with you is mentioned in his book, Mission Driven Leadership. He was wanting to commit suicide, but then at the suggestion of his wife, he took up mindfulness and yoga practice. And then over a period of time, he was completely weaned off from his medicines, pain reducing medicines. His pain did not go away, but his ability to deal with the pain went up. And when you experience something so powerful, you want to share it with other people. And he introduced the mindfulness and yoga programs in 8 now. Over a period of time, 13,000 of the 50,000 employees in Etna went through the mindfulness and yoga program. And as a result of that, the stress levels went out by 28%, sleep quality improved by 20%, employees became more productive, their operating profit went up, and share price went up by 500%. This is a Fortune 50 company, so for a Fortune 50 company to have 5x increase in profits is phenomenal. So the benefits of the reason I'm sharing this with you is because the benefits of mindfulness are very tangible. It's not woolly, fluffy stuff. It's got tangible benefits for everyone who practices it in both personal and professional lives. And because mindfulness works, it's now part of L&D and OD initiatives of more than 70% of the Fortune 500 companies. There are many organizations who have incorporated this as a part of their training initiatives. Now there are some, even though mindfulness is so popular, there are some myths that prevent practice of mindfulness. So it's important for us to understand why, when the CEOs are practicing it, business leaders are practicing it, why some of us, stay away from this practice. And one of this is the perception that mindfulness is escapism. So people think that if I tell people I practice mindfulness, people will think that he is given up on life and he wants to retire or he's slacking out. But the reality is quite the opposite. When you start practicing mindfulness, it sharpens your competitive edge. It is not about slacking out. Another one is people think that it is a quick fix. So it's like popping a pill. Mindfulness is not like popping a pill. It requires gradual practice. And once we practice it regularly, the benefits happen over a period of time. So it's not a quick fix. Another reason which people feel they don't practice mindfulness is because they feel it is not easy. And it is something very difficult, and they find it very difficult to practice. But the fact is, it is like any other skill. It's like learning bicycle or swimming or any other skill, and as we practice, we get better at it. Another reason which prevents people from practicing mindfulness is that I will need to empty my mind. So I was once delivering a session at a very large organization, a unicorn, and the HR person was standing outside. He was sending people in but not coming in himself. And I asked him, why are you not coming in? We are waiting for you to start the session. And he said, if I come inside, I will need to empty my mind. And if I empty my mind, I will lose everything. I'll lose my identity. I'll lose my thoughts. I'll lose my brain. So the mindfulness does not require you to empty your mind. We will do a practice of mindfulness today, about 10 minutes mind practice, and you will see it is more about observing our thoughts rather than emptying our mind or stopping our thoughts, nothing like that. It's very practical, a very effective strategy. So now with that background, let's move towards understanding what is mindfulness. And there is a very beautiful definition given by John Kabat-Zinn, which is keeping one's complete attention to the experience on a moment-to-moment basis in an open and non-judgmental way. Dr. John Kabat-Zinn is considered to be the founder of mindfulness. He met Dalai Lama nearly 50 years ago, and Dalai Lama urged him to start teaching mindfulness, to strip meditation of all its religious aspects and teach mindfulness so that it gets wider acceptance. And he started teaching it, and he's credited with making it popular and for its spread across the world. Now, let's look at the 5 components of mindfulness. The 5 components are keeping one's complete attention to what we are experiencing, which is awareness, on a moment to moment basis, accepting whatever we are feeling without judging it, not identifying with it, and then choosing what to do. So these are the 5 elements which we are going to understand little bit more in detail. Due to paucity of time, we will understand more about, we'll spend more time on attention and awareness, and the others we will be diving deep into our workshop. So why is it difficult? This sounds very simple. Keeping one's attention to the experience on a moment-to-moment basis in an open and non-judgmental way. So what is the difficulty in practicing this simple definition? The difficulty is that our mind is like a monkey mind. And Swami Vivekananda says it's not an ordinary monkey. It's a monkey which is drunk. So it's a drunk monkey which has been, and it's not only drunk, it has been bitten by a bee. It's stung by a bee. So imagine a monkey which is drunk and stung by a bee. That's how restless our mind is. So we have got a monkey mind, but the good news is we can train our mind, and that is what we are going to explore today, how we can train our mind. But before we do this practice, I would request you to do a stress check and see how stressed you are feeling right now. If you are completely relaxed, type 0. You don't have to type actually. You can just make a note of it. You don't even have to share with us. Or if you are highly stressed, you can rate yourself at 8, 9 or 10. So just rate yourself. You're not required to share with us. And then we will begin our practice. Please type in the chat once you are done. Please type D if you are done. If you've got your scores. Yeah. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Thank you, Devashree. Please, everybody type D in the chat once you have got your stress score. 0 if you're completely relaxed, and 8, 9 or 10 if you are highly stressed. We have got only 2 responses as of now. Dr. Archana, Rashmi, Usha, Naveen ji. Alright. So fair enough, friends. Let us now begin our practice, mindfulness practice. I will request you to sit straight with your back and neck in a straight line, straight but not stiff, and bring your attention to the area at the entrance of your nostrils. Your palms may be on your lap, facing upwards. Gentle smile on your face. And begin by observing every breath that is coming in and every breath that is moving out. Incoming breath, outgoing breath. Observe every breath that is coming in, entering the nostrils, and moving out. This is not an exercise, in regulating our breath. We are just observing our breath as it is. It is possible that you may find your mind running away here and there initially. Every time you find that your thoughts, you've got distracted, gently bring back your attention to focus on your breath once again. Every time your mind wanders, gently bring it back to focus on the breath, incoming breath, outgoing breath. Wandering of the mind is not a mistake, it is its nature. Continue to breathe. Your breath may be coming in from the left nostril or the right nostril or both the nostrils. Observe it as it is. It may be long or short. Observe it as it is. Breath is a great way to root our attention in the present moment. The past is gone. The future is yet to come. The only moment that we have is now. Our life is this moment. This moment is our life. That is why present is also called a gift. Practice being fully present in this moment. This is the only moment we have got. Our thoughts are like seeds. In this moment, if we are happy, we will have bounty of happiness in the future. If we are distracted, our distraction will get multiplied in the future. Our mind is very fertile. Whatever we sow in our mind gets multiplied many, many times. Continue to breathe. Like a watchman is attentive and observe every person coming in and going out. Be attentive and observe every breath coming in and moving out. We normally breathe about 25,000 times in a day. This is our opportunity to enjoy these juicy, delicious breaths. This is your me time. Continue to breathe. Incoming breath, outgoing breath. In a couple of seconds from now, we will be coming to the end of this practice. Consider setting an intention that this practice of mindfulness will help you and everyone you come in contact with. Thank you for practicing mindfulness with me. You may choose to keep your eyes closed for a couple of seconds more and stay with the feeling. And once you're comfortable, you may gently open your eyes. And assess yourself. What is your stress score now? And share with us the difference. So if it was 9 and 7 now, just share with us what is the reduction, which is 2. Or if it was 5 earlier and 1 now, type in the chat 4. Thank you, Richard. Anybody else? So that's a reduction of 4 for you, Navinji?
From 10 to 4.
10 to 4. Very nice, very nice. That's a very significant reduction. That's a reduction of 60%. So thank you. That's the power of this mindfulness practice. Anybody would like to share how this practice felt for them?
Actually, Ashish, mindfulness always brings your calmness back. Actually, it's our original nature. But we keep saying that the life is a roller coaster, but I think the life is not a roller coaster. It is the situation which is roller coaster, and you have to be stable to face it.
Yeah, very well said, Navinji. We need to learn to coast, manage the roller coaster. Go with the ride without
Correct.
getting disturbed. Yeah, very nice. So there are many benefits of managing, practicing mindfulness. These are very well researched. It helps in reducing stress, increasing our immunity. It makes us healthier, happier. It helps us become a better leader, manage our emotions, frustrations, addictions. So there are many benefits of practicing mindfulness. Now we dive into the 5 components of mindfulness, and the first one and the foundational one is the attention. And the quality of attention is directly proportional to the quality of our life. Attention is about being in the present moment, becoming aware of our intention, thoughts, what we are feeling. Awareness of intention is a very subtle and powerful force in creation. This is what determines the outcome of our actions. It's not only the action but the intention which determines the outcome. Let me explain this by way of a small example. Suppose there is a dacoit who enters a house and he stabs and kills the owner of the house with his knife. And there is a soldier who has got a bayonet in his gun and he kills an enemy soldier with his gun. In both the cases, there is a knife or a bayonet and there is someone killing someone. But what happens? It's the dacoit who will go to jail, and he'll probably be hanged, and the soldier will get a Paramveer Chakra or any suitable commendation. So the same action of killing someone, using a knife or a bayonet, but the outcomes are completely different. So being aware of our intention is very powerful. Always checking what is our intention, what's the intention of my being in this session. That determines the outcome. Look at this person and please share what is his state of mind. You can type in the chat or unmute yourself and speak. What is the state of mind of this person? How would you describe it?
Never in the moment.
Never in the moment. Okay.
Never in the moment.
Never in the moment. Thank you for sharing that, Richard.
Yeah. Well, it's if you want to sit, sit. If you want to eat, eat. If you want to walk, walk. So I know it, but applying it, true.
Yeah, he's not present. Okay. What else? How would you describe his state of mind?
Completely distracted.
Completely distracted. He's distracted. He's not in the present moment. And how would he be feeling?
He's feeling completely. What do you say? The state of the indifferent and kind of a agitated, frustrated.
Correct.
With his life.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Naveenji. He is agitated, frustrated, distracted, not in the present moment. Now, that is something which we need. That is what we are talking about, attention. The opposite of attention is distraction. And when we are distracted, we are unhappy. When this person is at work, he's thinking about his holiday. When he's at holiday, he's thinking about his work, and he's never present to the moment. Think of it in terms of relationships also. One of the I'm coaching a chief operating officer, and he's in Dubai, and because of the war situation a couple of months back, he was working from home, and he was talking to me about how his wife was talking to him, and he was hearing her but not listening to her. So this is what happens to us when people are talking to us. We are distracted, we are not in the moment, and we don't get it. Impacts our relationships, it impacts the quality of our work, it impacts our happiness, many things. So being focused is very important. Being focused in the present moment, paying attention to what we are doing is very important. And the tool for doing that is the breath, using breath as an anchor, which is what we did. We did a 10-minute practice of focusing our thoughts using our breath. But you can do this even for a minute. And watch this 1-minute video and see what Cristiano Ronaldo is doing, and then we will have a brief discussion around it. Enjoy this clip.
A little over 3 minutes plus additional time remaining. As so often, Portugal's hopes rest on Cristiano Ronaldo's shoulders. The referee trying to get the wall back the required distance. Ronaldo. Oh, genius! Absolute genius! Would you believe it? Look at De Gea's position. He's not going to get that, is he? Up, over the wall, down, under the crossbar. It's an exquisite free kick. Exemplary. Perfection.
What do you see Cristiano Ronaldo doing? Other than, of course, scoring that goal. You want to watch the clip again? He was breathing very deeply. In this moment of stress and pressure, he centers himself by breathing in deeply. And that is something which we can do anytime. Breathe deeply. We can do that while waiting at a signal, waiting to get into a lift, in the lift. Whenever we have a minute, just breathe in deeply. And this is something which is used by senior people before they get into a meeting, before they are making a pitch in boardrooms. Breathe and center yourself. It helps you deal with the immense pressure that is there. Attention helps us sharpen our focus. A blunt knife it's very difficult to cut any fruits or vegetables with a blunt knife. It will take far more effort. But when our thoughts are focused and concentrated, we are able to cut through the issue and get to the root cause very easily. So a focused mind is like a sharp knife. A distracted mind is like a blunt knife. And it takes far more efforts, far more time to get the same results which we could do otherwise with a focused mind. It takes. I was in Middle East recently, and I learned that it takes about 5,000 feet of digging in one place to strike gold. It's not the same as digging 5,000 holes of 1 feet each. It is digging deep in one place. And today we all are very distracted, and we are trying to do multiple things at the same time, and we don't strike oil. If we need to strike oil, we need to go deep. We need to focus on one thing to be able to get creative inputs. And once we are focused, things become clear to us. This is the picture of Doki River, which is in Meghalaya, and it is considered to be one of the cleanest rivers in Southeast Asia. Similarly, when we are focused, our mind becomes clear, and we are able to get to the root cause and take quality decisions. Like that, I was at the start of our session mentioning about how a CXO was having difficulty in deciding whether to invest 1,000 crores or not. But when your mind is focused, you have the clarity to take those decisions, and you are able to manifest what you want. Where the attention goes, energy flows, and result shows. A distracted state of mind is not very conducive for creating the results we want, but a focused mind, we can create the results that we want in our life. I'll pause here to see if you have any questions or comments before we move on to the next one, which is our awareness.
Ashish, I have a question. We hear these things many a times, and we try and practice this also. When we get up in the morning, we say that, yes, today I'm not going to do all these things. And suddenly something happens and you fall flat. So, you see, earlier there never used to be even realization that you're doing something wrong by getting angry or by getting agitated or frustrated or whatever. But now at least there's a realization, and you immediately realize that something you're not done right by reacting or by getting angry or by not responding to the way your original qualities are. That realization has come. But when will that stage come when you have become absolutely, that peaceful, calm, untouched by the situation outside, and be stable completely in every situation? See, situation in life will keep coming and going. I mean, you can't stop outside world to behave the way they behave. So, I'm just struggling to get to know as to what do we need to do extra or something more. And I'm doing a lot of work on this on myself. Lot of work. I've changed my lifestyle, changed the way I used to think earlier. Everything is changing, but it is not coming to a stage when I can say that yes, I'm very near to it.
Sure. No, thank you for sharing that, Naveenji. It takes a lot of courage to share, and let's stay with this, and let's see if by the end of the session you get some clarity on the challenge that you just described. Thank you. Anybody else would like to share? Okay. Moving on, let's talk about awareness and Center of Creative Leadership, which is one of the foremost organizations in leadership training, talks about self-awareness as one of the top 3 qualities of successful leaders. So what is it that we need to be aware of? Awareness of our emotions, of the impermanence of our emotions, of our judgments, of our values, of our strengths, and let's discuss briefly how these impact us. First is awareness of emotions, whether it is anger or anything else. Emotions are like waves. They come and they go. And irrespective of how high the wave is, A seasoned seafarer is able to navigate those waves, but a less experienced one will go under the wave. So it is about our practicing the awareness, and when we are aware, we are able to handle these waves of anger, of our emotions, whether it is sadness, anger, or addictions. Realizing that whatever is coming up will pass away. It's never permanent. No wave, however high it may be, uh, stays that way forever. So, understanding that emotions are like waves and they will pass, they are impermanent. Also, understanding being aware of our reaction. We tend to react like Navinji was mentioning, and sometimes that can have disastrous consequences. And I would like to share this story. Some of you may be aware about it, of the infamous Tandoor Kand in India. I'll share the story briefly. There was a gentleman, Sushil Sharma, who was suspecting his wife of having an affair with her college friend. And he comes back home one day and he sees her wife speaking to someone on the phone. And as soon as she sees Sushil, she puts the phone down. And when Sushil asks, "Whom were you speaking to?" she says, she told him, she lied to him that I was talking to my mother. And this happened in 90s. There were no mobile phones, but the landline phones had a feature of redial. So he picked up the phone and he redialed, and it was not her mom, but her boyfriend who was there at the other end. Sushil immediately lost it, and he had a gun in his drawer. He pulled out the gun and he shot her, and she died immediately. And then Sushil didn't realize, he was completely at a loss of what to do. So he took her body and to a restaurant in a hotel, and he hacked her body and put it in the oven. And he fled, but eventually he was caught and he was put behind the bars. And many years later he was interviewed, and can you guess what he said? He was asked, "What is your regret about what happened?" Can you guess what would have been his response? What is his regret about what happened? What would be his regret? His regret was, yes, Navinji.
I think it was reaction more than the the kind of understanding the situation and then handling it the way it should have been handled.
Absolutely, Navinji. His regret was that he reacted rather than pausing in that moment. He said, if I would have paused in that moment, the outcomes would have been very different. His wife died, of course. He was a young guy, and his entire life went into living in a jail. He was later released, but his entire youth was in the jail. So practicing the pause is very, very important. And this is something which is one of the most favorite takeaways from my sessions. When I, at the end of the session, ask people, what's your golden nugget? This is one of the top few which is shared by many of the participants. Think of it in terms of anger management. Think of it in terms of frustration, smoking, drinking, whatever. If you just pause and let the wave pass, you will be far more peaceful than reacting in the particular situation. So this awareness helps us pause in the moment, and then the outcomes of your life can be very, very different. Almost everybody I speak to has got a regret story. I wish I had not done that. I wish I had not said that. and so on and so forth. So pausing can completely change the trajectory of our life, as you can understand from the story I shared, the real story. The other one is awareness of our judgments. Look at this situation where both feel that the one person feels that it is 6, other person feels that it is 9, and both of them are right. So this is what happens in our lives also. We dig in our heels thinking that this is completely right, and it is completely right from our perspective, but what this awareness involves is looking at the situation from the other person's point of view also. And this has got very profound impact in collaboration, in conflict, in team management, in communication, understanding the other person's perspective before we rush to judge people. Even judge gives judgment after he has listened to both sides of the story, but in our lives we rarely are patient or curious to understand what is the other person's perspective. We are too quick to judge. So and that judgment gets hardened over a period of time, leading to many conflicts and avoidable situations. So awareness of our judgments is very important. The next one, which is very underrated but highly important, is awareness of our values. We rarely pay attention to what we value in our life, and that creates a lot of challenges. Whether I value career or I value my family, whether I value money or I value security, whether I value growth or do I want growth and what is the risk I can take with them, or do I really want a secure job but I can adjust on the growth. What about self-respect? What about freedom? Do I want a job which gives me 1 crore or 2 crores, but I have no freedom to take any decision? Where does health fit in all this? Will I sacrifice my health for career growth, or my health comes first and I will sacrifice career growth? And friends, relatives, and families. So who do I value? And this clarity on values is at the foundation of every decision that we take. But if we are clear about our values, then our decisions are crystal clear and we are satisfied and fulfilled. But if we are not operating from a space of clarity on values, we will forever feel conflicted, and will never be happy. So awareness of our values. Swami Vivekananda says a person who knows what his values are and lives by those values is the greatest person alive. But most of us are not aware of our values, forget living according to them. But when we do this exercise, which is what we do in the workshop, we get great clarity, and from that clarity then comes great progress. Lastly, in terms of awareness, it is awareness of our strengths. All these people you see here are very different from each other, and they have really made it big on the on the stage of the planet. Many a times we are trying to copy other people rather than live up to our strengths or play up to our strengths. Imagine Sachin Tendulkar, people telling Sachin Tendulkar that okay, you are a good batsman, but you are no good at bowling. Ramakant Achrekar tells him that you are bad at bowling. His parents tell him that you are bad at bowling. His colleagues, Virat Kohli says you are bad at bowling. MS Dhoni says, Sachin, you are good batsman, but you are bad at bowling. Imagine how Sachin Tendulkar would feel. It is not what we are not good at. It is what we are good at. But so culturally, we are always focused on our weakness and on the weakness of other people. Mr. Don Clifton has done research in the area of strengths for over 50 years, and he says that people who achieve exponential success and growth in their lives are those who focus on their strengths, who identify their strengths and who focus on their strengths. And this plays out at 3 levels. At the first level, you identify your strengths and then play out your strengths on a day-to-day basis. Then identify your team and understand what their strengths are, and then rather than pull them down on their weakness, motivate them to play to their strengths. And that at the organization level, understanding and playing out on the strengths is very, very important if you want to grow exponentially in your life and in your career. Most of my coaching clients, when I ask them what your strengths are, they will come up with 1, 2, 3. 99.99% people are not able to list more than 5 strengths. However, Don Clifton in his book has listed 34 strengths. So identifying our strengths. If there is one thing you take out of this session, it is identify your strengths and then live your strengths on a day-to-day basis. So that was the second part, awareness and how important it is in our lives. And I'll pause here to see if you have any questions or comments on this. Otherwise, you can type GTG in the chat and we will move on. Type GTG, good to go, and then we'll move on to the third part, which is acceptance. Thank you, thank you. So now we move on to the third part, which is acceptance. And acceptance is more misunderstood than understood. Acceptance is not complacency. Acceptance is understanding what is happening and accepting it as it is, without struggling with it, without fighting it. There are people who come to me with, and they mention that this person, my husband, my wife, or my boss, has got anger management issues. And I ask them, how many hours in a day is the person angry? And they say, no, it's not hours, it's few minutes in a day. But those few minutes, the person is angry, we are not able to accept him. Imagine if we accept ourselves as we are and we accept others in our life as they are. How beautiful the life would be. So this is something which we discuss in great detail in our session. But for now, I would like to leave you with this thought, which is something which I find very powerful from Alcoholic Anonymous prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. It could be about yourself or the other people. Courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Very powerful. Moving on to ego identification. Ego is not that inflated sense of importance that we understand it to be. It is the labels that we put on ourselves and on other people. And this is, there are many, many labels our mind puts on ourselves and people. I'm not good enough. It could be by gender, it could be by the title that we have. It could be, if you're an Ambani, you behave in a very different way, or if you're an Adani, you behave in a very different way, or if you're Modi, so the name, the gender, the role you have, I'm a VP or a CEO, or your thought process, your philosophy, I'm a capitalist or a socialist, or I'm a pet lover, or I'm single, or I'm married or divorcee. There are different labels that we put on ourselves and others, and that determines the trajectory of our life and interactions. In the corporate workplace, these labels are I'm HR, I'm finance, I'm sales, and I'm marketing, and that drives our behavior. So a finance guy is focused on driving profitability, a sales guy is focused on driving growth, and they rarely see eye to eye. I would like to share one story, true story of Thomas Edison. where you might be aware that Thomas Edison was thrown out of school. His teacher said that he wrote a letter to his mom for Thomas Edison to give to his mom, and in that letter it was written that your son is addled, he's confused, he's a slow thinker, he's an idiot, he can't think clearly. You take him away from the school, we can't keep him in the school. So Thomas Edison gives the letter to his mom, and the mom reframes that, and she says that the teacher says that your son is brilliant, and he's so intelligent that I can't, we can't keep him in the school, so I'm going to homeschool you now. And then we all know what Thomas Edison became, one of the most prolific inventors of our history. And see the labels the teacher put and the label the mother put. One says you're dumb, another one says you're a genius, and that label transforms the life of a person. So what is the label we are putting on ourselves, and what is the label we are putting on other people? Whether I am agitated, or I am angry, or I am not good enough, or I am peaceful, I am calm, and I am good enough, I am successful, I am not good, whatever. So identifying these labels is something which is very powerful, and these labels then determine our trajectory, life trajectory. And finally, the choice. Everything is a choice. You're deciding to join the session today is a choice. You're deciding to stay in the session today till the end is a choice. Everything that we do in our life is a choice. And Viktor Frankl says that everything can be taken away from us except the freedom to choose. And some of you may be aware about Dr. Frankl. He lived in a German concentration camp where the conditions were pathetic. They were the most pathetic. Every day they were taken, they were put into trains, and at one point that those who were taken to gas chambers, the train would go this way, and those who would live another day, the train would go this way. So in such horrific conditions where the food was like a drain, water from a drain, everything was taken away, their identity was taken away, their names were taken away, they were addressed by their numbers, their hair was shaved, the eyebrows were shaved, everything was taken away. Even in such worst conditions, Dr. Viktor Frankl says that everything can be taken away from a man, but one thing, which is the freedom to choose. And friends, our life is a sum total of the choices that we have made in our life so far. With every choice that we make, we craft the future, we craft our future. Every decision that we take takes us away towards our goals or towards our goals. So every choice is very important. So how aware are we about the choices that we make is what this session is about. And coming to the end of our session, the mindfulness is keeping one's complete attention to the experience on a moment-to-moment basis in an open and non-judgmental way. And once we practice mindfulness, we get complete clarity. And with that clarity, we can take our life to a completely different level.
Sir, can we get the recording?
Yes, we will be sharing the recording. So as I mentioned earlier, we are launching this workshop in the coming week. There will be 6 sessions on Thursdays, starting from 6th of August, going on till 10th of September. The time of the session is 8 to 9:30 p.m. The recordings for this session and all the sessions will be available. And in case you are interested in joining the workshop, you can type 1 and we will share the fees details with you. Or you can type 2 in case you are interested in joining the workshop but would like to have more details. And you can type 3 in the chat if you would like to join, but this is not the right time. And in case you would like to reserve your seat, you can type R in the chat. And you can make a nominal payment, and the balance you can make before the workshop starts. So that's about our workshop. These are a few I have conducted these workshops in India and abroad extensively, and these are some of the feedback. There are many more that we have, but we can share everything in the due to shortage of space and time. So once again, 6 sessions on Thursdays, starting 6th of August till 10th of September, 8 to 9:30 p.m. In case you're interested in joining, type 1. 2 if you have any questions, or 3 if you want to join next time, or R if you would like to reserve your seat today. So thank you very much for your participation and for your enthusiastic engagement. We open this up to question and answers now. Yes, Naveen ji.
So you were talking about ego. So I was just saying that ego is basically attachment of a wrong image of myself.
Yeah, that identity also creates attachment, Naveen ji. Yeah. So that's true. And I hope you got some clarity on the question, the point you had raised earlier.
Yes, I did.
All right. Thank you, Naveen ji. So we'll be happy to take any questions or comments from you on what was your golden nugget, and then we'll be happy to bring the session to a close today. I know it's a weekend and you may have some plans, so a question or your golden nugget, and then we can close. Richard, Dr. Archana. Yes, Naveen ji.
So thank you. I have to leave actually, Ashish. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank
Well,
you. Yes.
I do have time, so I'm very grateful, I think, for the body of knowledge that you always bring to share across, dear Ashish. I'm also humbled to learn from fellow participants. Personal nugget, I'll reflect on that, but I think it's being more present, which I always find a challenge, obviously. And being on present, is there a storm raging outside of your house, or is that the weather? I see the weather outside your house. Is it storming? Because it's the color of the sky is slightly different.
Yeah, there's some breeze, some wind. Not really stormy, but wind and breezy. Breezy, I would say. Yeah, not stormy.
And I love your kurta. It's a beautiful color.
Thank you, Richard.
Yeah. Thank you.
Dr. Archana, Devashree, Ashish, Rashmi.
Ashish, hi. So actually, you can tell Richard that that's the it's called the Modi dress, right?
Modi is very traditional in that. Yeah, has a great taste as well.
So it is our dear Prime Minister's dress. I mean, specific, peculiar and very, very, very specific to him. So everybody is wants to adorn it.
I have one too when I lived, so I have a gray one. Yeah.
Great. That's
well, I can't wear it in the Netherlands, but I'm happy to have one. Yeah. Everybody in the Netherlands wouldn't be able to place it, but I have one too. Not as nice one as this one.
Yeah, I'll get one for you, Richard, when I'm visiting you.
We're happy to know.
Well, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Devashree, anything you would like to share or ask?
No, actually, I was in and out of the session, so I mean the link is not there, but of course I'll have to go through the recording to get back to you with the questions.
Sure.
I can't think of anything at the moment.
All right.
But so when is now what is this? Is this will it be happening every week, or what is it, or this is just a one-off session that is?
Yeah, so this one was an introduction to the workshop that we are launching on 6th of August. That will be a 6-week program, and there we will be deep diving into one of each the 5 components of mindfulness that we shared: attention, awareness, acceptance, ego identification, and choice. 1.5 hour session on each one of these, so that we deep dive and see how we can apply in our life, what it means for us. So it's a very powerful program. which
The
we
total of,
today was an overview, a high level, but in the sessions we will deep dive.
so this will be like all through the month of August, like 6 weeks, one
Yes,
session per week.
one session per week, starting 6th of August, going till 10th of September.
Okay, so 6th of August means what day is it? I'm a
Thursdays.
little
It
lost.
will be on Thursdays, Devashri.
So the same, the way we used to have it.
Same way, same way. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And the recording of this you will be sharing right away because I need to follow. I need to go through.
Yeah,
I
we'll be
didn't try
sharing
to
in
follow.
next half an hour, 1 hour now.
Okay, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you, Devashri. Yes, Rashmi,
Thank
you
you.
wanted to share something, Rashmi? Dr. Arshna, Ashish.
Sir, can I type it in the WhatsApp group?
All right, sure, please do.
Thank you.
And the time will be the same. It'll be 8 o'clock
8 to
every Thursday.
9:30, 8 to 9:30 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. So it'll be 1.5 hours. So now, what do you mean by deep diving?
Deep dive is understanding. Today we covered all the 5 components in 1.5 hours. There, for
Can you,
each component,
yeah,
we'll be doing 1.5 hours, and we'll be
can you just
sharing
mention the
practices.
components? Yeah, can you just mention the components? Acceptance.
Attention,
Okay.
awareness,
Yes.
acceptance,
Yes.
ego identification,
Okay.
and choice.
Okay. So AAEC. Okay. So now, what I'm interested in knowing is that will you be taking us through a practice, like a
Yeah.
practical session for each
Yes.
of these components
Yeah.
in the
So,
session?
yeah, how do you build your muscle of attention? What causes us distraction? So attention opposite is distraction. We are highly distracted today, right? So what causes, identifying what causes our distraction? How to build the muscle of attention? How can we
So will you
focus?
be, yeah,
Sorry.
what I want to know is that will you be taking us through an activity in each of the
Yeah, there will
sessions?
be activities, of course.
Okay. Like because the sessions that we had, there were no activities, right? As such, the past few sessions that we had.
Yeah, that was, you're talking about a different program, Devasri. There were daily activities to be done by the participants. There were
Right.
activities. In the sessions, there was no activity. The activity
Correct.
was
Yeah.
given in the morning, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah. So that was a different program,
The
different approach.
gratitude, yeah. The
Yeah,
gratitude practice. Yeah.
correct,
Yeah.
correct.
Which we did.
So
Yeah.
those were the
So,
practices to be done during the day, and
so
evening
now,
was for clarifying. But here we'll be sharing the practices and doing the practices in the session itself.
okay. So, and the every practice will be like a duration of how long approximately?
It depends. There are different practices for each component of mindfulness chemistry. So
Okay.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on that.
Okay. Okay. Great. 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 Great.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. 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 Sounds good. Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
all from mine. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Devasri.
Thank you.
All right, friends, we'll bring the session to a close now. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
joining. Thank you, Richard.
Thank
And
you.
have a
Thank you
nice
too.
weekend. And hopefully, you will make the right decision. And hope to see few of you in the
Yeah.
mindfulness Swiss knife workshop starting from Thursday.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Wishing everyone a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone. Happy
Every
weekend.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.